Hello, customer success friends. My name is still Dmitry, and I'm CSM evangelist. Today we have prepared a unique case study for you: customer success management automation. Today we have a SaaS company from India, which not only knows what success management is, but also knows how to scale it through automation. They are creating a product in the India and USA market. I think their experience will give your business an opportunity to scale. I would like to introduce Rajat, the co-founder of AppEQ. He is my friend of mine from Bangalore, the silicon capital of India. He is not only a cool expert, but also appreciates life being successful, the working life format. And Rajat and I also share a common passion for education people through writing posts on LinkedIn, pursuing a common goal of increased education, financial well-being, and health. This is not only speaks to his determination and commitment to business, but also his vision and social responsibility. Rajat, we are happy to you as our guest today. To being with, please tell us a little bit about yourself and your company, and also how did you choose the area of customer success?
Right. Thanks a lot, Dimitri. It's a wonderful pleasure to be part of this recording as well as this webinar. I really appreciate your initiative towards the customer success community and driving this movement through videos. Really appreciate that, and it's great to be friends with you and having this discussion. Starting back about myself, I am now into running a business. This is my 11th year. I started my career initially with big tech, working with companies like Hewlett Packard, Oracle, and I was working from a software developer side of it. I did my computer science engineering, and then past 10 years in around 2012 is when I started my entrepreneurial journey, and that is when the cloud itself became big, and because of the cloud, the whole SaaS movement also started picking up, and that is when I started my first edtech company in 2012, and then from there on, I've been moving ahead with the journey, predominantly around SaaS, and it's very interesting to see how the technologies have been evolving over the period of years, and how the opportunities around that has been evolving, right from cloud to mobile and now to AI. So that is something which is very exciting and interesting, and that has been my journey. A quick chat about what I was doing initially. My edtech company, I scaled it to 400 customers, and then from there. We started AppEQ, which is the current organization which I'm a part of. I and my co-founder Manoranjan, two of us, we are classmates from college. So Manoranjan also has been very successfully working in a B2B SaaS, starting his own startup before, and then also working in a company called Whatfix, where he was very early on, grew it from 1 to 100 journey. So we both of us have experienced the whole SaaS industry, the growth of it, and that brought us to starting AppEQ a year back. The core idea behind to your question, how did we choose customer success? Over a period of time, what we have realized that now SaaS is going to stay, and the companies are adopting more and more SaaS tools, and hence the customer success, the team which predominantly owns the revenue retention part of business, is becoming more and more important, because now customers have an opportunity to subscribe to a software and then to unsubscribe a software, right, if they don't see a value. And hence the customer success teams are becoming more and more important in terms of how do they show value to the customer when they buy a software. And hence sales has been always the blue eye team, so to say. But what we are seeing going forward, as the companies have enough number of customers, is when the customer success becomes one of the most important teams to make sure you are not having a leaky bucket, right? I mean, you are having new customers, but you're not able to retain. It sort of defeats the purpose, and I think so. It's a very known fact that it is literally 5 times lesser cost to retain a customer than to acquire a customer. So hence, we see a huge potential about customer success teams, and the challenges are also important, bigger in customer success because that's the team which is in the center of a lot of teams, right? They have to coordinate with sales, they have to coordinate with product, they have to coordinate with adoption, they have to coordinate with finance to collect the invoices, as well as to with marketing to get testimonials out of the customers, right? So they are in the center of the thing, and has their the problems and the things which challenges they're facing is something which excites us.
Rajat, I wish AppEQ to scale the business, find new opportunities. And could you share how customer success management is understood in India? Tell us about the case steps to systemize CSM in different levels of companies, and how AppEQ helps in this, your company.
Yeah, that's a great question, and yes, Dimitri. So customer success is obviously an evolving department or organization in India as well. I mean, from an Indian context, I think so. The services has been very important. That the commitment towards customer service has been very prominent in India, and hence you could see a lot more value in terms of software as a service coming in. Customer success as an organization is evolving over a period of time. I would say in the last 5 years, it is really now getting stabilized in terms of people understanding what customer success is, because earlier it was something which was falling in between sales and support, and there was not very clear clarity about what exactly a customer success team should do. But over a period of time now, people are realizing that this is a team which should have a very clear KPIs or key performance indicators about what they should be measured on, how that organization structure should be, and that is something which is interesting and good to see, because as and when maturity is happening with companies, the number of customers are increasing, they are realizing that customer success team has to become much more organized, and things should be much more systematic. So that is the gradual journey has been happening in India and across the companies which we interact with. In terms of the current maturity, what we see is one thing which what we are seeing is that now companies are realizing that for customer success, for them to be successful, they need to have enough tools on their hand to make them focus more on the relationship and less on collating all the data. And that's where AppEQ is helping, where we help them have a quick view of the complete data of the customers, all their signals from different teams, whether it's support, what's the support health, what's the implementation going on, how are they rating our product, and we are at AppEQ helping the companies have that quick view of that information, and we are also helping the companies to give them inputs to their customer success managers on what to act to make sure the customer is happy and they are realizing value, and hence they continue to retain with that organization.
Super. Thank you very much, Rajat. Let me tell now the CSM process works in India now based on my experience. I will break down what we do by stage. We take the client base and segment it. CRM acts as automation. For example, CRM or BD with attached module or built-in robots, and it's some case success. The problem is on the face of it. I, as a CSM, keep a lot of information in my head, burn out, lower and up NRR. If there is no problem with grading and capturing feedback, measuring customer success metric is a pain. We can't visually in email see what our customer is living. Let's see how your product is useful for automation CSM direct.
Yes,
Mhm.
right. So, sure. So, would you want me to give a quick demo about what we are building?
Yes, my next question, Rajat, could you give us its masterclass? Okay,
Sure,
you
sure,
can start.
sure. Sure, Dimitri. So before I start, I just wanted to answer your question. I think so. You are. It was a very important point which you mentioned, and I completely sort of aligned to that. And that's where we came up with the idea of AppEQ, which you just mentioned that today's customer success managers have so much information to process, and then they are lost with the set of data in terms of what to act and how to act. And that is something which is where the problem is today. As I was saying a while back, that they are in the center of all the teams. They are talking to sales, they are talking to marketing, they are talking to product, they are talking to finance, and they are also talking to the product utilization and how much is the adoption, right? And they're obviously they are talking to the customer to collate this all the teams and show the value or deliver the value to the customer. And hence, it's a challenging role, but at the same time, if the processes and the tech tools are positioned correctly, then the companies and the customer success team itself will be very successful as they go forward. So I'll just share with you how we are helping the teams around that. So just to give a quick gist of what we do at AppEQ and how we are helping teams today. So what we do, Dimitri, is we are bringing customer insights to drive revenue. And I'll to your point, I think so the problem statement is similar to what you just mentioned, right? Today they have different teams which they have to coordinate with, as well as you have data on different systems. So firstly they need to have that information quickly in their mind. So that causes inefficiency because today they have to collate all this data to understand what is happening with my customer account, what is the utilization of the product, are there a lot of issues which are there, and the things around that, right? And then that is because of that you do what we call as account blunders, in the sense your sales team is trying to go and upsell there, and there is a support issue happening, and they end up having a churn because customer is not happy that you already have a problem and you're not solving that, and you're coming in with an upsell. So it's very important for the organization and the team to be in complete real time sync of what is happening with that account, right? So what we do as a solution is we bring all these discrete data points of the customer in an easy and accessible way. And the way we do it very differently is we do it in the existing application. So this is not a separate platform which the CSM or customer success manager has to go to. It is something which we bring it to them, in the sense what we do is, and that is my next slide, is what we integrate with the existing systems, whether it is CRM as you mentioned about Bitrix, or your help desk where support tickets are there, or it could be a product data coming in. And what we do is we bring in the context of their existing application. Let me show you a quick demo here, right? So the first thing which you can look at it is in my as a mailbox as a customer success manager. If I start my day in my mail, what we do is we start augmenting their mailbox with these widgets, what we call it as summary. So this is a customer from Mailshake, and if there's a mail from that customer, I get a quick view of that account as a CSM. What is the ARR? What are the number of tickets? And what's happening with this customer, right? As well as we have an public AI LLM where I can also find out about this company, what do they do if I'm not aware of it, as well as ask certain questions. So what we are trying to do is give you the CSM a quick view of their customer, both internal information as well as external. So we complete that cycle. And the second thing which we do is what we call as a floating widget, which you can see on the bottom of it. This is something what we call as success pad, and which is available for any of the applications which you are using. For example, if you're using Salesforce for your CRM, you will have there, or you will have your Zendesk for your tickets, you will have our success pad here. So what we can do in success pad as a CSM is we have something called account feeds, in the sense you get the whole priority of your accounts, right? So as a CSM, I'm handling these 5 customers, and I can see quickly all my customers, what's their health, are they red because of some issues which are happening, and what are the tasks which are there. So what, in essence, what we are doing is we are acting as a co-pilot for the CSM to bring all the things which they have to do, as well as the health of it, directly on their mailbox. And third and final thing before I pass it to you is what we call as nudges. So nudges is a very useful feature which we are getting good feedback. Is what we call as, you can define certain sort of triggers. For example, you can say if there's an escalation mail, and you can define that if there's an escalation mail, let the CSM, if there's a ticket which is open for 10 days, they let them send an email to the customer updating about the ticket and what's the plan of resolution, right? So what this does is, as soon as this trigger is met, automatically the CSM will get notified on their thing, and a task gets added to their schedule, that this is something which you should do. So what, in a sense, if I want to summarize, what we are trying to do, or what we do, is help customer success have a quick view of their data, as well as get, based on the data and the insights on the data, we help them schedule their day to be more productive, as well as on top of their accounts. So I hope I was able to sort of share a quick view of what we're doing at AppEQ.
Oh, well done, Raja. It was cool as spend the day with your solution to share with fellow developers of the SaaS product. Friends, below this video, you will find a link to the company's website where you can ask clarify questions. You can, for example, ask about APIs and other technical features. Get a test, and also Rajan and I have prepared a PDF presentation, AppEQ, to save you time. The link to the file will also be in the first comment. And to it, Rajan, let's summarize the bottom line. This is answers to the following question to your customer. How do you think customer success management is evolving in India?
I think so. Yes. So customer success teams is evolving in a way that initially CSMs were looked at doing multiple things. Today, they were the ones who were onboarding a new customer, maintaining the relationship, as well as expansion. That is also evolving as the company becomes bigger. They now realize that for onboarding, you need slightly different skill sets, so that team is getting separated, and then customer success is predominantly looking at relationship, as well as now working with sales team to look at opportunities to expand. So that evolution is happening, and I think so it's, that is also making sure that people who are in customer success teams are having clear KPIs, as well as their growth path. So that's something which is interesting to see.
Okay, second question. How is the market being transformed by the adoption of artificial intelligence and automation in customer success management is using AppEQ?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, very, very relevant question today. And I think so some of the very early wins are already visible. Like one of the things which we are doing with AppEQ as well is, how do we use AI to summarize what is happening in your account? So you have the set of support tickets which are coming in from the customer. How do we give an inference to the CSM saying what is the pulse of that customer? What are they talking about? What are the key issues? Because otherwise they will not have time to go through all the tickets, and we give them a quick view of that. So this is one example I'm giving you, but the AI is giving that benefit of having all these data points, and how can we extract inferences for them, and how those inferences can be made actionable for the CSMs. I think that's a great opportunity around AI, and I think so as we are evolving, there will be more and more value from it.
And second question. How do you see the niche and maturity level of SMB, enterprise business, maybe government business, especially demanded systematic and automated customer success management?
Right. Yes, so I think so. This is again a factor of how what type of customer base it is. One thing what we are seeing is if there is a level of long tail, in the sense you have a lot of small and medium customers, you will use more digital automation, right? And that is something which we are seeing organizations adopting to it early on as well, because you have tools now today to use. And have digital touch point for your long tail, in the sense any new product update or utilization information, that all can be automated. So that is something which we are seeing evolution happening both in SMB and enterprise. What I would say is what is adding more is more and more CSMs are moving towards relationship side of things, talking to the customers and seeing and understanding what is the core value they are looking at, what are the use cases they are looking at, and how can the product deliver on that use case.
Okay. When I told you, I find new opportunities for me. Talking with you, I found a common ground. We both like new things and operation ROI. Bye everybody. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join us. Rajat, maybe you told that.
Yes, definitely. And I would also want to share this that people who like the channel, we would be happy to run 1 month free trial as well of the product. So please do let us know, and we'll be happy to run a trial with you. It was great talking to you, Dimitri. Thanks a lot for the opportunity, and looking forward to further discussions on this. Thank you. Bye.